Hello and welcome to your Q1 market review for Ruislip and Pinner, covering everything you need to know about what's happened in the first 3 months of 2025 compared to the same period last year. And I have to say, the figures make for some really interesting reading. Let's start with Ruislip. We've seen 389 new instructions come to market so far this year. That's a 13% increase on last year, and in direct correlation, there's also been a 13% rise in properties going under offer, a really healthy sign of growing confidence from both buyers and sellers. March in particular was very busy, with 167 new listings, a 50% jump on the previous month of February. Now exchanges are up 23% so far in 2025, and this has likely been helped by the recent stamp duty deadline. Looking at the average sale prices, we've seen a 3% rise in pounds per square foot compared to 2024, with the average property now selling for around £575,000 in Ruislip. Positive sign. Now another big shift, fewer withdrawals. Just 61 so far compared to 105 last year, which would indicate more motivated sellers. And on the flip side, we've seen a 12% increase in price reduction, 169 in total, which is 43% of all new listings, so nearly 1 in 2 homes are being reduced. Compare that to Avocado's figure of just 21%, thanks to the correct pricing strategies we use in our blueprint. March alone saw 89 reductions, a big 61% jump from February. It'll be really interesting to see how that trend continues into the spring months. All this really underlines the importance of pricing your home correctly from day one, especially in a market that's getting more competitive. One area of concern though, fall-throughs. Sales falling through are up 64% on last year at 68. This could point to more buyer uncertainty or simply stronger negotiations due to more choice for buyers. Now on to Pinner, where the market has moved a little differently. We've had 271 new listings in Q1, a 6% increase on last year, and sales agreed were also up by 2% at 171. But exchanges were down 12%, sitting at 122. The average sold price in Pinner is now £748,000 or £621 per square foot, exactly the same as Q1 2024, so a flat line there. Withdrawals are down by a third, just 79 so far, and again we've seen more price reductions, with March doubling February's figure, 142 in total so far. It's almost a mirror image of what's happening in Ruislip, which tells us this is a wider trend rather than just area specific. Interestingly, sale fall-throughs haven't changed in Pinner. Good news, but I'd say potentially because of the higher average property price that the market has been less sensitive to the stamp duty changes compared to Ruislip. So what's the overall picture? There's more buyer and seller activity than last year, sellers are more motivated, and many are adjusting prices to get deals done. But with a sharp increase in price reductions and more homes coming to the market, it's more important than ever to get your pricing spot on from the start. If you're thinking of selling, make sure your agent is giving you a realistic figure backed up with solid comparable sales. That's the best way to give yourself the highest chance of success. So if you're thinking of selling or even just want some advice about the market in general, feel free to reach out, I'd love to help. Thanks for watching, especially if you've made it this far, and I'll see you in the next update.